Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I'm just finishing taking a vitamin. How is everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. You know, can I just say something before I start readings? Hi, Kim. If you have a dream in your heart, I commend you, and you just keep going even though you don't see things coming to fruition yet. It's this manifestation work is no joke, is it? Hey, Sweet Sparrow 333, how are you? I forget where you're from. I love your name, your username. Are you an author? And I'm just waiting for Sabrina to come on. She had prepaid for a reading. I cannot remember what her username is. I guess I should have asked her, but she'll pop on. And if you're interested while I'm waiting for, hey, Shelly, is that Shelly? Hold on. Shelly Bobelli, hi, are you okay? I thought Mary reached out to me about you. Oh my God, you're making my eyes water. Is this Shelly or is someone else on Shelly's phone? Shell Bell. I just want to start crying. You are a fighter, sweetheart. I was praying for you. Your friend is Mary, right? Oh, sweetie, if you guys can, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cry. I'm just so glad to see you on here. If you guys could do me a favor, I know people want readings, but if you could right now just send Shell some good energy. She's just a heart of gold and has been on hospice for a very long time, right, Shell? Is this the same Shell? I don't want to get my shells mixed up. Sabrina, hi. Yeah, if you guys could just send her some love. I'm so excited to hear from you. For some reason, I didn't reach out to Mary because I didn't know if we were gonna, I can't believe I'm crying. I just love you so much. It's so good to see you on here, honey. Oh my goodness. Mary said you were hanging in there. You're just adorable. I've been praying for you and lighting a candle. Your energy is amazing. Someone should write a book about you. That's all I have to say. And I saw you, Sabrina, sorry. It's just we have her username is Bodoni2, Bodonit2, and please just send her some love. She's been on hospice for quite a while, and it's been pretty challenging to say the least, right? The last couple days. I just heard you have an angel army, Shelly, around you too. Oh, sweetheart. I'm so glad to see you on here. I wish I could give you a big hug. I just think you're amazing. I think other people should be writing a book about you. 2 years, you guys, she's been on hospice and just like hanging in there. Oh, that's awesome. Kim. Oh, I sound very distressed. We have a person on here. I can't see what your name is. Fat. I won't say your name, but we just had Bojanet has been on hospice for 2 years, and I heard through a friend of hers that she was not doing well, and she joined us. So I am so in awe. Oh my God, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Shell. Woo! Hi, Pink Petal. Woo! Right now, I'm going to do a reading for Sabrina. Hey, Claudia. So she's the only reading I am doing today. I'm going to pull some cards for you guys through James from Prague's cards. So if you can do me a favor and sit crisscross applesauce and, oh, thank you for that. And pay attention to this right here. Do you see it says welcome? Please hold all your comments during a reading. You will be temporarily muted so that we can keep the chat clear. So right now, Sabrina, can you come forward? And if you guys are patient with me, I promise you it will go by faster if you don't comment, That way I can get through Sabrina's reading without any interruptions, and I can pull cards for you guys. So right now you're going to see Kim says, please don't comment, even if you say great job or thank you. Let's keep that clear, because right now I'm going to be doing a reading for Sabrina. No, I'm good. Thank you. So Sabrina's the only one who should be commenting right now. Sabrina, the way I like to work my readings, and nobody else say this, I know you're going to be like, my dad, my grandmother's, is when I'm asking this is for Sabrina. Sabrina, is there anybody you want to hear from today? I don't need to know who they are. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they are in relationship to you, if that makes sense. And for some reason, I just kept feeling like there's something about you. I don't know if you do readings or not, Sabrina, but as I was getting ready to do your reading on here, I felt like I was giving a reading to another reader. So I don't know if you do readings for a living, if you're very intuitive, if you've seen visions or you have a gift, if that makes any sense to you whatsoever. So Sabrina, and you want to hear from your father-in-law. Did he smoke? Because I'm starting to taste like cigarettes. Hi, if you're coming in, if you could just read this sign, please. Okay. Yes, a long time ago. Okay. And is there a Frank or Francis reference? I keep getting an F. It can be PH name too, either here or crossed over around him as well. One of the things I have to say, was he, did he have a quick sense of humor? Yes, Frank is your granddad. Thank you. Because he would be coming in with with other relatives, as he's trying to show me. This is so funny. Was he kind of flirty with you? The reason, and not like in a cheesy way, but in a silly way, because he says that you're such a good catch. If my son wouldn't have married you, I would have. Does that make sense to you? And he calls you like darling. And I keep seeing a little boy. Do you have a son? Okay. Hold on. Your husband is 10 times smarter than he thinks he is. So he needs to be like working for like his own business, but I feel like he has a low self-esteem for some reason. So he might need encouragement. Does that make sense to you? Oh, so you say haha with the son or with your father-in-law? He is very smart. That's what I keep hearing. But do you understand what I keep hearing about his self-esteem? It's like he's so smart that his self-esteem doesn't match. Does that make sense to you when I say that? Thanks, Kim. Okay. Is it your birthday coming up? I literally smell a birthday cake with birthday candles. It'd be like someone's anniversary of their passing is just right now or just coming up, or it's somebody's birthday. And I see the number 3 on candles. Your husband's. Okay. So when I see the number 3, it's like you've got 3 people in your family. There's something. Oh, April 5th. Oh, perfect. Aries? Nice. Okay. So this is your father-in-law's way of, is there not a little boy? I'm going to go back to, do you have a little boy? I keep seeing a little boy. And he's like, he's the spitting image of me. That's what I keep hearing. He's the spitting image of me. Okay. Is his son, is your father-in-law's son, your husband, was he the only boy in the family? I keep seeing younger Mel, feels like here, and he keeps showing me spitting image of me. He keeps saying that. This doesn't make any sense to me. Did you guys just go to a tailgate party? Are you big on sports? Did somebody was somebody a coach or something? I never hear tailgate party. And can I back up here for a moment? While I was getting ready for your reading, like, this is rare that I'll feel this, but I felt like I was giving another person a reading, if that makes any sense. Like, I felt like I was giving another light worker a reading. I felt like I was giving another psychic a reading. So there's something about your intuitive ability that's stronger than most. Does that make sense to you? It's like you come from a line of like women having visions or women's visions. Does that make sense? And this is just for Sabrina. She's the only one who should be talking. If you guys have good manners and you don't comment, I'll be able to pull some cards for free for everybody after I do this. Yes, and you see signs all the time. Sabrina is the only one who should be commenting. I feel like putting this in front of my face. Do you guys see this? Okay. All right. It's like right here where you're commenting. So I'm trying to get through this reading. It's really good if you guys don't comment. I'm right in the middle of giving somebody a reading. Are you guys aware of that? Thank you. If you get through this, I'll take a break and answer your guys' questions, but I'm talking to Sabrina right now, so thank you. Yeah, there's something about that with you where it's like, I want to say like it's growing. Your ability to do that is growing is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you're not making it up when you have those intuitive hunches, if that makes any sense. And I didn't see if your comment, because other people were coming, I did not see if you said anything about your father-in-law and your husband and that being like his mini-me or him looking like him, or a lot of people say they're a lot alike. Does that make sense to you when I say that? Are you thinking about changing careers or something like that? There's something, whenever I do a reading for you and I see a question mark over your head, it's like you went to school for one thing and now you're thinking about something else. Maybe my kids. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to move this now. Hold on one second. There we go. Okay. You have 2 daughters. Okay. Is one of them more of like a tomboy than the other one? And is there one name, do you have one, like, I just felt like there was a girl that the name could be a boy too, like Ryan. Do you know what I mean? It could be like both names, if that makes any sense. Okay, okay. So when I say I see a little boy, I just see the energy of it. And if they tend to be like more tough, then I can see that too. Okay, but I have to go back. Are you thinking about moving? There's a major change coming up with you. It's like you're thinking about moving. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's something about that. Like you're thinking about doing another career or you're thinking about moving. It's like a big change coming for you. And one of the things that I feel that's important to share with you, sweetheart, is whenever I do a reading for somebody like you, and I'm like, when you can visualize things before they happen, it's really important to know that that's like a gift. And it takes so much to follow a dream or a vision that nobody else can see but you. Does that make sense to you when I say that? We've talked about moving to Texas, but we're not serious. Okay, even if you've debated it, it's something that I'll see too. Yeah, I just heard Arlington, Texas. I don't know if you guys have connections with Arlington, Texas. Can I go back to the tailgate party? Was your father-in-law a coach? Are you guys really big on things like that? Or did something just happen to somebody's tailgate? I just heard that word and I never hear the word tailgate in a reading, but I'm hearing that now. I'm trying to connect that to where it's coming from. Yeah. Okay. 98% of what I talk about in a reading should make sense at the beginning. The other part, just put to the side. It will make sense, I promise you. There's like, I literally heard like tailgate parties. But if it's not tailgate parties, then it's tailgate, like the back of a truck. There's something there. And it would have just happened. So they're bringing that up. Just, I always say, if it doesn't make sense at the time, just write it down. You guys big on Super Bowl parties? Is that like, if it's something that they did every year and they're really big on it and all the neighbors know, then absolutely. It's monumental though. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, yeah, we went to the Super Bowl. It's like, or you know what I'm trying to say? Yes, to the Super Bowl. Okay. Thank you for being open, because I was like, what are you talking about? He keeps bringing this up. Someone had a lot of boys in their family. Did your father-in-law have a lot? So someone just said, me and my 3 sons. So it's like a woman and then just all boys. And this can be on your side or your father's side. And then Frank came in. So then your grandfather could be coming through too. And Sabrina's the only one who should be talking, you guys. I'll take a break after. And there's going to be like similar things, but please don't talk while I'm doing Sabrina's reading. I'll take a break after. He had 2 sons. Thank you. That makes sense to me. Okay. So it's not 3, it's 2. Okay. Thank you. But if the wife said, I actually have 3 sons because my husband is a big kid, I'm saying that. Do you know what I mean? If she's like, it's like having 3 sons, because that's the feeling I'm getting, is that's like a joke that someone said. So was your father-in-law like more childlike? Yes, now you're understanding what I'm saying, because it's like me and my 3 sons. So that's a running joke. Okay, thank you for being open. I never know why I'm seeing the things I'm seeing, but I am. I'm seeing those as well. You ever wanted to go into teaching or anything like that? I cannot figure out your energy. You're very much jack of all trades. Like you could be a party planner, you could be a teacher, you could be a medical assistant. I don't have like your energy down yet. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's like, so you're very, yeah. So if your mind races a lot, you don't have to just pick one thing. Write out what you want to do and then just like 1 through 10 and then go on a walk and then like highlight the thing that you want to do the most. Yes. You get bored with the same thing. I really don't see you doing the same thing over and over. Okay? And I don't know why I keep hearing Ed Sheeran songs. I don't know if his song means a lot to you guys, or if there's an Ed either here or crossed over, or if one of the kids has a stutter, because Ed Sheeran stuttered, when he was younger too. And I keep getting that feeling of like Ed Sheeran. And that's how he learned how to rap, was because he stuttered. Does that make any sense to you? So if I see Ed Sheeran, it's like someone has a stutter problem, someone's name is Ed, or the song means a lot to you guys. Hold on 1 second. Please tell me anything I need to know. That's okay. Just put it to the side. 98% of what I tell you at the beginning should make sense. The other percentage, just put to the side. They'll help you figure it out. But it's basically like, it's something like Ed Sheeran had a stutter, so he started singing because that gave him confidence. So it would be like a challenge learning, and then the music helped. Yeah. So please, I see there's going to be double messages. If you guys could hold off for a second, I'm right in the middle of a reading. You probably didn't know, but if you read the room and in here, you'll see. If you're patient, you guys, I will pull cards for people in a little bit. But I'm doing a reading for Sabrina, and then I think Marissa has one after this, and then my list is closed, so please don't send in payment so I can see. Hold on 1 second. Is your mom's mother crossed over as well? Your mom's mother? Because there's a woman coming through and she's looking at your mom and she's saying, thank you for taking care of me. Okay, your mother-in-law's mother, did she take care of her like in the home? Because she's coming through making me feel like she didn't get a chance to say thank you for taking care of her. And I don't know if there's Rose or Rosa or why I'm seeing an R name around this too. It can just be Rose unless she has a bunch of rose bushes. Now, are you understanding? Yes, it's making sense to you. So your mother-in-law feels like she didn't do enough and she needs to know that she did because there wasn't the thank you. And I feel like she's the only one in the family who stepped up to help also. And so she's like not giving herself enough credit. And someone's saying this reading sounds like it's for me. There will be double messages. That's how Spirit talks. But please wait until I take my break, which will be here in a minute, and I can answer some question. She did. She helped a lot. And somehow she's hard on herself and feels like, is there a Carmen or Carmina? I keep hearing that name too. Carmen, Carmina, Carlos, Carla. It's like that. Either here and or crossed over. So just know her mother's coming through saying that she did enough. And she's the reason that she was able to pass so peacefully as well. Does that make sense to you? Your mother-in-law needs a vacation. That's her husband just said that. He makes me feel like he didn't get a chance to tell her how much he appreciated her, and he's hanging his head down low. So I don't know if he took her for granted, your father-in-law with his wife, but he's hanging his head, which makes me feel like he has regret about not making her feel more special. Or I feel like he's making me feel like he took her for granted, that she was just always going to be there. Okay, I am pulling back a little bit. As much as you wanted to hear from your father-in-law, I do feel the utmost importance to tell you, Sabrina, this is making sense, that you do, and he's owning things that were his fault that he wouldn't have owned here because he said he was very stubborn. And he says he's sorry for that too. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But I feel on top of these readings for coming through for your father-in-law and then your mother-in-law's mother and then your grandpa Frank, I think it's important to know that in unison, your spiritual team is saying that you do indeed have a gift. And it makes me feel like you're going through a spiritual awakening. And a spiritual awakening is when we like had premonitions before and we're all, ha ha ha, I'm a little bit psychic. And then they get very profound. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you're like, I feel like there's going to be an earthquake in Italy. I mean, cancel that, but it's going to be like that. Does that make sense? If you just came in the room, this should tell you what's going on, and I'll take a break a little bit and be able to answer. Thank you for being here. So get books like Ask and It Is Given. You're understanding? Okay. And you're being drawn to that too. And I feel like sometimes when you're watching people give readings, you're like, they're not, I'm seeing this. I know that they took their own life. How did they not see it? So you feel like a medium to me, if I'm going to be honest with you. So work on that gift. And it's so funny because your name is Sabrina. And I was like thinking, is she named after that show with the Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Because it's like, witch is not like a bad thing. There's like white witches and they're good and they're healers and they just know things. Like you just know things. Your little kids are going to be like, they're not going to be able to get away with things because not only do you have a gift of being intuitive, but you're also a mom. So it's like your mother's intuition is going to be like magnified. So when my kids were little, this is how I feel like your kids are going to be, Sabrina. I used to say, I'm going to ask you where you were, and then you're going to answer. And then I'm going to ask you again. And if I ask you the same thing twice, it's because I knew the first time you weren't being honest with me. And if we get to number 3, you're going to be in trouble. And I just keep hearing that with you. So hopefully that makes sense. I am pulling back. Please know that you have a lot of doors opening for you and synchronicity to be starting to do this kind of for a living. So I don't know if you're drawn to crystals or if you're going to be drawn to cards or if you're just watching a lot of mediums to be like, I know this is weird, but I do that. So hopefully this is making sense to you. Okay, sweetheart? Whew. Are you there, Sabrina? Hello. I just said on everybody. It just, yep, it lost connection. That's okay. Yeah. I'm trying to see if it's working now. It keeps freezing off and on. Can you guys see me okay, or is it frozen still? Okay, there we go. All right. She's back. Thank you. So this is making sense to you. Hopefully this recorded. Thanks, Sabrina. But if it didn't, write everything down, because you're on the verge of a spiritual awakening. And anybody else who might be going through a spiritual awakening, be kind to yourself. It's like we think we're going to go through a spiritual awakening and we're going to hear the hills are alive with the sound of music. And it's like not like that at the beginning, because a spiritual awakening means like you're starting to change things, and it's like putting on braces for the first time. There's a lot of adjustments. Yeah. It's still frozen? Am I still frozen? Holy moly. I can see people commenting. No, it's not frozen? Okay. No, you're good? Okay. No, it works. Thank you. I feel like frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. All right. So I saw a few of you paid for a reading. I did promise that I would take a break here. And Sabrina, I can reach out to you and send you some ideas for books and things like that. I'm starting to get a little scattered, which is what I do when I start to see other people on here. Good now. Thanks. Yeah. So for those of you who paid for a reading, if you could be patient with me, I'm going to pull a few cards for people who are asking. And just to keep in mind, I do private readings for people. So if you wanted a reading from me for phone or through Zoom, and you wanted a longer reading and more personal, or just if you're more private, I do readings. This is what I do full time. I am a psychic medium. So you can go to my website. It's Peace-Serenity, but you can double click here. Sometimes people don't know how to do this. I didn't know how to do TikTok either, but you double click right there and it will take you, okay? Elena! So really quick, time out. Elena, nature artist. If you guys are not following her, please do. She's a single parent mom trying to get out there in the world with her art, and she sent me these and she painted them, and they're absolutely beautiful. So if you're not following Elena, please do that, because we want to inspire other people to follow their dreams, okay? These are going to be by cards. I know, right? What is your name, Marilyn? Amy, thank you for telling her that. She just follow her. She's going to be selling things on Etsy. So if you can do me a favor, I don't need to know your, what do I want to say? How do I want to do this? So for me to pull cards for you guys, thanks, Chris. And then follow Kim Coffee Crystals too, please. She's selling her crystals, and they're beautiful, and we want her to get 1,000 followers so she can go live, so we can do this back and forth and she can talk about her stuff. Okay, perfect. So one of the things, if you guys want a reading, all I need you to do is put a heart by your name, and then I'll be able to see. Amy, it was my time to go. So this goes for pets too. If someone left before you had a chance to get there, please know I'm seeing that for you. That's for Amy. Ashley, you have such good energy. Do you work with little kids, Ashley? This says, there is no such thing as death, which is why I love to give these readings for people, so you know that their bodies dissipate, but their spirits are very much still alive. I don't know if I can do this. Hold on. Sometimes it will let me, no, never mind. Okay, Tracy Shutters. Tracy, it's not your fault. If you have a tendency to be kind of hi Kelly, if you're kind of empathic and every time someone's disappointed in something, you think it's your fault, it's not your fault. Yeah, don't let other people blame you for things like that. And Leslie F. Leslie. Oh, I'm learning over here. And this also means that you are being drawn to learn more about your gift and the things that you're doing as well. Brianna, thank you for being here. Brianna, do you do hair? It says, I'm sorry, please forgive me. If somebody crossed over, I keep feeling like a gentleman who did not get a chance to make amends and say that they're sorry. They're doing that now. And I love how this can happen from the other side. Charlene, are you a singer? Or do you write music? My mind is free. And this also means like meditate. As much as your mind is racing and you feel like, oh, meditating is such a waste of time, maybe you going for walks is a way of meditating. But that's how it's like a prayer is a request for something positive to come into our lives. And we'll start to see signs of that coming. But to listen, like say your prayer, go on a walk, and then just come back and write down what you were hearing. Okay, Erica, I am not dead. Like love is everlasting. And they're not dead. Erica, I don't know if you're named after your grandmother or if you're your grandmother's favorite, but you have an elderly lady around you. Linda Lee, do you guys, are you a big foodie or do you own a restaurant or something like that? I'm feeling like I have such food. I pulled your name, all of a sudden I'm like hungry. The earth is our school. And so this also means that the people who have crossed over were learning a lot and they're helping you understand things that they didn't understand. Doreen, you feel like a chain breaker of the family. Doreen, look at that. I have a new understanding. So whoever thought like this is the way to do it and this is the religion that you need to believe in or you're not going to be here today, they were like, I was so wrong. So this is for Doreen. They needed to be more open. Charlotte, I don't know if you started cleansing or if you felt like you wanted to be like healthier, if there's something like that, but for some reason I keep seeing you juicing, and then I keep hearing I have no earthly worries. And whenever I see this card, I always think of you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You keep me happy when skies are gray. I always hear that. So Patty with the hazel eyes. Patty. Patty, don't be so rushed. There's enough time. If you feel like there's an urgency always to get things done, there's plenty of time. Okay? And I will always point you in the right direction. Gemma. I just have to stop here for a minute. You guys have so many angels around you. There isn't anything that you can't do in your life. Do you know that? It says, now I have no pain. And whenever I see this, it's like someone loved tulips or they passed around April also. So April is significant. Okay, Sydney. It's beautiful where I am. And there's also some type of photography and videography for you, Sydney. I don't know if you're seeing that, but I see it. And Annie. I don't know if addictions run in your family and you're the chain breaker, but I keep hearing it's hard to break those habits, but they need you to do that so that you can live a healthier lifestyle. And I have no pain. Keep seeing that. Kelly Lynn. Kelly, do you watch Chip and Joanna Gaines? Do you like flipping houses or something like that. You are never alone. It's like somebody's your lighthouse. And I feel like you're manifesting a Cape Cod style beach house on your vision board. Christy. Oh, hold on. Woo! Card just fell. Christy with the two angels. Christy. Oh, I was met by so many loving people. So sometimes we don't get there in time. We're like, did they pass away by themselves? They didn't. Their angels are there with them. Relatives are there as well. They're all there on the other side. And, okay, Amy. I keep hearing, Amy, what you gonna do? Dun, dun, I'm in love with you. Aww, there is no time where I am. There is no time. Shannon, I wish I would have told you how much I loved you. And look for things in the shape of hearts, I feel. Evelyn, too much fear, honey. Work through your fear. Fear doesn't go away by us praying it away. It goes by making an action. So sometimes the very thing that you're afraid to do is the thing that you need to do to get rid of fear. Michelle with the hearts. I send you signs in nature, so pay attention to things that you see. Okay? I always say, if you have to ask if it's a sign, then it's a sign. Jennifer, you have nothing to feel guilty about. And if you've ever been in a codependent or narcissistic relationship, don't let people tell you that things are your fault, because you're breaking the chain of that, I hear. Okay. Aubrey, I have become one of your guides. So when we have somebody who we were extremely close to here on this planet, I wanted to say grandmother, but I actually feel a guy actually, so I don't know if your dad has crossed over or if your grandfather raised you, Aubrey, but I just keep hearing, I am one of your guides. Nikki, I am standing right next to you. So sometimes we feel like we're over here, they pass and they're over there. The veil between us and them is very thin. And to be honest with you, they live in our hearts. Mary. Oh, as a soul, I can be in several places at one time. And this also means to get in touch with your imagination when it comes to manifestation. Okay. William, I watch over you every day. And also look for things in the shape of hearts. Like when you look up in the sky, if there's clouds in the shape of a heart, or if you spill something and it's in the shape of a heart, they're trying to show you the amount of love there. Because I keep feeling, William, that your family was so busy. I keep seeing the thing from, and it always makes me cry, from, show me that one more time, from Breakfast Club, when Ali Sheedy goes, when they're like, what did your parents do to you? And she goes, they ignored me. William, you got to bring love to your life, sweetie. It's a shame sometimes people are too dysfunctional to give us that love. But you might do better with a soul family. Cheryl, 35. We have been in dreams together. Definitely write down your dreams. Sandy, we are so connected. Don't think that there's a disconnect. Like sometimes we want to hear, like when I say I hear them talk to you, thank you for that. I don't hear like, Julie, blah, blah, blah. I don't hear that unless there's an emergency. When I hear them talking to me, I'll call upon them. I'll be like, God and angels, Mom, show me what I need to do about my business or my children or my health or something. And I'll hear the guidance come back, but it's in my voice. But I know it's them because they're giving me advice of things that I don't even know exist. So we are always connected and they're always guiding you. Jen S. with the purple hearts. I am so much better now. For some reason, this reminds me of Legally Blonde. I am so much better than before. You know that song? So I don't know if you went through a breakup and you think like, oh, they hurt my heart and they're going on and being better now. That's not true. They will always miss you, but don't take them back. Cassandra, I give you good night kisses. I give you good night kisses. And Sandra, I don't know if you have childhood stuffed animal that I feel like I keep seeing a Tigger. It reminds me of a tiger or Tigger. You're welcome. Just Jen, please and thank you. I am not dead. This is my job as a medium, is to say their bodies dissipate, but their spirits are very much still alive and can guide you. Connie, 1964. My death was painless. Please don't worry. Sometimes we see people as they left and it hurts our heart. And they say, it was a split second. I'm over here and I'm at peace now. Christina, I have no more earthly worries. And I said this before, whenever I see this card, I always think, you are my sunshine. Manette, I feel healthy and happy. And you may be drawn to also to start hiking or going outside more. When we have a racing mind and we get anxiety, we want to stay inside, and then that perpetuates the anxiety. But I do feel you're very sensitive. So try to go places where there are not a lot of people. Diana D, the name went by so fast. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have done things differently. We have a lot of chain breakers in here today. Lorena, I am with family at rest. This also makes me feel like when people have the ofrenda, or they have like it reminds me of the movie Coco, where you have all their pictures like on an altar. I can see that. Christy, you've been very emotional lately. It's okay. Don't fight the tears, honey. Just let them come out. The anger and the tears, don't let that sit in your body anymore. Just purge it, sweetheart, so that you're not feeling stuck. Stephanie with the butterflies, believe in yourself. You can do it. You've been doubting yourself for a long time, and it's driving you absolutely crazy. You're just going to have to stop overthinking, honey, and just go, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm just going to jump in with both feet. And Haley, I am learning over here, and this also makes me feel like for you, Haley, I don't know if you're drawn to doing like Reiki or medical assisting or like Reiki, laying on of hands, but you have healing energy, sweetheart. Christina, although you may not understand right now, everything happens for a reason. I debate this with my eldest. We say we don't believe everything happens for a reason, but we do believe that with the faith, and when you rise above and keep following like the good and let the karma play out for itself, the puzzle pieces will fall into place in your favor. Okay? NAZ, we will be together again. Everybody's reunited on this side, on the other side collectively. Don't let other people tell you what it is. You can call it heaven. You can call it home. You can just call it the other side or the universe, but we are all together again as one, which we already are anyway. Angie, I am helping you here. So you're never alone, Angie. It makes me feel like you're like, here I go again. I have to handle this task by myself, but you don't though, sweetie. Christine with the 3 hearts. I was met by loving people. And I don't know if someone lost a child through a miscarriage, but I feel like I'm pregnant. And so please know that I can see that they were met with people on the other side. And I see a baby being rocked by a grandmother. Michelle, you are never alone. And you are a lighthouse for so many other people. Let them be a lighthouse for you. Eileen, remember me and the happy times that we created. And this also makes me feel like whenever I see this, it's like somebody's really into photos, like a photographer. You've got to believe in yourself. Sometimes we have a gift and we're like, I'm okay. It's like, no, you're really good at it. Kimberly, we are soulmates. You can have a soulmate be a pet, a loved one who's crossed over. For some reason I heard Ricky. Nina. I am sorry. Please forgive me. This is somebody who did not get a chance to say goodbye to you and that they're sorry. And if they would have done the healing they needed, you wouldn't be needing all the counseling you need right now. So it doesn't seem fair. But just, it's like sometimes we're so afraid to see a counselor, but it's the very thing that we need to do so we can move past, so we're not feeling stuck. Caitlin, life is a series of choices. Always choose love and look for signs from hearts and various places too. Jen, I have a new understanding. So this is somebody who, when they were here, were very rigid in their beliefs and their religion and things like that. And like, you should do this by the time you're 25. But now that they're crossed over, they're saying, I didn't actually know what I was talking about. Make your own path. Make your own way. Jackie, I send you signs through nature. So I always say, look for dragonflies, butterflies, hummingbirds. And not only that, but like the synchronicity of it. Victoria, Vicky, you have nothing to feel guilty about. You're around people who are always saying like, it's your fault I feel this way. And then you're trying to fix things only to have them blame you again for it. So it's like they're asking you to be recover from being a people pleaser. Stacy, I have become one of your guides. Jamie Q, I am standing right next to you. Jamie, are you named after another Jamie? So I'm standing right next to you. Christy, all of our souls can be in one place, everywhere at the same time. So you might start to be drawn to quantum healing, where you start to realize that there is a connection. Like if you've ever thought of anybody and they've called you, it's the same thing when people pass away and all of a sudden you have a memory and you're like, I forgot about that. And I all of a sudden am remembering it. So we are connected. That's how they talk to you. When I say they talk to me, I think sometimes people are like, my relatives don't talk to me, but they do. They communicate with you in a different way. Their body has dissipated, but their soul is very much still alive. And when you have soul connections with people, you just think about people out of the blue. And I want to pull a card for Kim, our moderator, because her puppy needs healing too. Oh, little sweetie. I watch over you every day. So if you've been praying for guidance, Kim, for the puppy, they're helping you too. And I always bring this up. I'm just going to pause really quick. If you guys are looking for a book to read to see how this works and you want to know more, you think you might be a medium or you've lost someone, I wrote this book for those very reasons. And it's on Amazon and Kindle. It's a very quick read to help people understand how to look for signs. Did I just see Jenny? You're welcome. You're welcome, Kim. Jenny, I wanted to give you a reading, sweetie. She's in here? Okay. So I'm going to be doing cards again in a little bit, but right now I'm going to pause because Jenny, my moderator, has been like so sweet. She's on here. She's volunteering just like Kim. And I understand you guys are keep commenting. Right now, I'm going to hold off on doing the cards. And I'm going to do a reading for Jenny. I'll be able to answer questions after. I do private readings. All the information you want to know. Where are my readings? When do I do a reading? It's all here. Double click right there. I'd be happy to give you a reading. I absolutely love what I do. But right now I'm going to ask you guys to stop commenting because I'm going to give Jenny a reading. So see this right here? Everybody see that? Please hold your comments. Thank you. And I'll come back in a minute. If you guys hold your comments, I'll be able to come back faster. When you guys comment, it takes me longer. So everybody just breathe, have some patience. I'll come back, okay? So Jenny, I wanted to give you a reading, sweetheart. Miss Jenny. I had a moderator's party and she was doing things with her mom, so she was a little bit busy. What an honor to do this for you, Jenny. I'm so excited too. So I don't know. I think you're beautiful, by the way. I don't know if you lately have been looking in the mirror going like, oh my God. I keep hearing make time to feed your soul and reinvent yourself. And I feel like you've been looking at your hair to get your hair done. And there's something they're saying about, hold on, Jenny, is your father crossed over? Because I have a gentleman coming through. But they keep saying that you're looking at things, you're like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't have enough money for it. yet. And then when someone else needs money, then you give them. Your father's crossed over. Okay. He's the first person who's coming through. And it makes me feel like, and I do this too, when we pray for a lot to come to us and then we give a lot away. So you must be such an empath. And like, as far to say like an earth angel, because it makes me feel like you keep giving to family. You're very nurturing to your family, but then it doesn't leave you for funds for yourself. Does this make sense? Have you been looking at, I feel like a makeover. Like, I don't know if they're saying like I said, I think you look beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But they're showing me that you're doing this. So I don't know if you just said, I need a haircut. Absolutely. So you understand what they're talking about. As long as this makes sense to you, that's all that matters. Okay? So he's saying in order to, and he's like, this is so hard for her, Julie, because in the family, she was always the one that helped. Do you understand? She's like, in our family, and then she had a marriage where the person was very selfish and I want to say like verbally abusive or degrading. They just couldn't take your light. Do you know what I mean? They could not take how bright your light shined, but good for you for getting out of that relationship, because your dad is making me feel that people in your family stayed. Like they just, you have people in the past that just would have stayed. Does that make sense to you when he says that? And can I ask you, was he on oxygen? And I know your mom's not feeling well, but I'm trying to see if he's describing himself or your mom. But I almost can't breathe. There's like, I don't mean to be gross, but it's like gurgling, like I'm gurgling. Does that make sense to you when I say that? And I don't know why I'm seeing this, but okay. Does fried green tomatoes mean anything to you? It's like something like it's fried green tomatoes or fried zucchini. It's that feeling of like something breaded and I'm biting into it. This would be like, this was somebody's favorite, or fried green tomatoes is your favorite movie, but no, I'm actually tasting it. It reminds me of like fried green tomatoes or fried zucchini when you bite into it and it tastes like that. So going back to your dad, did he pass from pneumonia or need, I don't feel, okay, 95% of what I talk about during your reading should make sense. Just put that to the side. Unless you live somewhere where it's like Whistle Stop Cafe or fried green tomatoes is your favorite movie and you're like, I'm Tawanda right now. Like there's something about, I just keep being drawn to that. And there's something I want to ask you too. No, with your dad, did he have pneumonia, or your mom dealing with that right now? It's somebody who's like it almost feels like, I don't mean to be gross, but it feels like they're dealing with too much mucus. That's the only way I can describe that, because I go back to that again. And did either of them smoke? Did your dad smoke? Because I'm tasting smoke in my mouth. This is so cool. One of the things that he says is, yes, was she? I don't know if you just went through a period. Yeah, dad smoked when you were young, because he's showing me that. Say the other thing. Is there like a Vicky or Victor? There's like a V he just showed me. So hold on one second. He's talking so fast. There's something about if you felt like you were a hermit. A hermit? So I don't know if you have seasonal depression, or if like this last winter you felt like a hermit and you felt like stuck, very heavy. Like it just looks like everything was very heavy. It doesn't feel very hopeful. Do you understand? But he's saying it's almost like magical. Like when spring came, she just all of a sudden started getting a pep in her step. Like there's something different. You have a lot going on. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying though? There's something about like you've been feeling more hopeful, or winter was like dark and not as fun, and it feels like spring. I feel like I'm getting happier and more hopeful. Is that making any sense to you? And he's saying because that's because you're getting closer to the thing that you've been hoping, wishing, praying for. Does that make sense? Yeah. Oh, so you love being outside. Yeah. Winters, we can't do that so much. It grounds you. Yeah. And there's something, have you ever done crystal bowl healing? Crystal bowl healing? Do you have cats? I feel like I'm doing your reading and I'm petting a cat. I'm like, what am I doing over here? You know me with I have little dogs, but as I'm doing your reading, I feel like 2 cats. Okay, thank you. I'm like, I'm petting one of your cats right now. What am I doing over here? Okay, this is so funny. But he just does say that buckle up, Buttercup. Like you're on your way to everything finally falling in place when it's been falling apart for so long. And I know that sounds cliche, but your dad just keeps saying that. And I keep seeing the 17th for some reason. So I don't know if March 17th or the 17th of a month means something to you other than it being St. Patrick's Day. I know it's St. Patrick's Day, obviously, but I keep seeing the number 17. So I don't know if someone passed away on the 17th, if you were on your own since you've been 17, but 17 is like a specific number that your dad keeps showing me. Were you more alike than okay, just put it to the side. If it's not 17, then it's 7. But for some reason, I just kept seeing the numbers. I just keep seeing 17. Yeah. I always say, write it down. It may not make sense to you at the time of getting your reading, but they'll help you put the puzzle pieces together. Were you more like your dad than your mom or something? Has your dad actually been gone 17 years, or did he pass away 2017? Like, it's like pieces of puzzle. Yeah, write it. I always say, write it down. I never know why they're showing me things like tie-dyed shirt. What does that mean? Write it down because they're talking about it. He was your best friend because that's what he just made me feel like. You guys were more alike. And then when he passed away, you have mom and you want to help mom, but it's a bit rough right now. That's how he's putting it. It's a bit rough and it's a bit challenging, but you're also like, he wants to thank you for helping her, but he's saying like, it's not easy. Like, I feel like I have to help her. And we're so much not alike that it's like sandpaper on my skin. And I feel like I'm running out, breathing and smelling lavender and then going back in and dealing with it. It's like, okay, like it reminds me of like Rocky when he's in the corner and they're like, we got you, champ. You know what I mean? You're like, nah, nah, nah. Like, okay, round 2. Yeah, now you understand. Okay. So I love the whole groundedness for you. I'm going to go back to... there's shaman energy around you. I'm trying to understand what I'm hearing. Yeah, deep cleansing breaths. Because he's like, good job, Jen. Good job, Jen. Like, he's like, this has not been easy for you whatsoever. Say the thing that you were just going to say. Go back to. There is some things where he's saying like, yes. So when we have something catastrophic like this, where we have to like stop dead in our tracks and help somebody else who's challenging, I'll just put it like that. We're so drawn to like tools that work better for us than what we've had in the past. So for some reason, I just keep seeing crystal bowl healing. I keep hearing like drums for meditation. I just keep hearing that. Does that make any sense to you? I'm just so drawn. When I look at you, I'm so drawn to like nature. And I know with the cats and I can see that, but I feel like this is making sense to you. Okay. So if you can't be around that, then just like download it, or there's so many people on here that do that. So you can just like be around it. Do you understand what I'm saying? In September, is somebody's birthday in September? Did someone pass away in September? If not, then he's showing me somebody with an S, but that's usually what they show me like that. Then it's usually the month of September because I'm being drawn to September. And your mom's a fighter, like other people. I don't know what she's going through. Oh, he passed in September. Yep, that's it. He passed in September. See, it takes a while for us to get there, but once we start going, it's good. There's something like with your mom too, where they diagnosed her and they're like, she's going to go. And you're like, she's still hanging on. It's because your mom can be very stubborn. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's a fighter. I don't have any other way to say this. Like, she's a fighter. And your dad makes me feel like, well, that was mom. I was the more mellow one. I was the more laid back one. I was always making jokes because mom was like the little, like, she was intense. And he was like, yeah, okay. So if you're like, Dad, where are you? Are you helping me during this time? He's like, yeah, I'm helping you. I'm helping you. And do you have somebody actually named like Agnes, or is there an AUG? If not, then August is a significance. I just saw AUG, but I can't tell if it's the month or if he's trying to bring up somebody actually named like Agnes. He says, yes. And I don't know if you've ever considered writing your story. August is your mom's birthday. Thank you. That's it. I love it. I love the confirmation that they give us. Thank you. Yeah. Hold on one second. Was somebody really into playing like Yahtzee or something like that? I'm trying to give you this reading, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I hear dice, and then I look at it reminds me of the game Yahtzee. That's like an old game. Anyway, just know I'm seeing it. Okay, show me anything else that you want to. No, okay. If it's not Yahtzee, then I used to play Yahtzee with my grandmother. It was Yahtzee, Parcheesi, Sorry. It's like a game like that. So if you had a grandmother that you played games with, then this is her way of coming through, showing me things about my grandmother, if that makes any sense. Did you have I don't know how to describe that. Why do I not see your brothers helping you with your mom? Are they MIA? And I'm trying to see if your brothers are cross, but when you ask me about your brothers, I get numb. And so I don't know if, okay, whenever someone asks me about somebody and I get numb, you already understanding, okay, yeah. I can tell you that if your dad was here, they wouldn't be acting like fools. He just said that. They wouldn't be acting like fools. But as much as you want their help, I feel like it would be more hard for you if they were there. Exactly. Yeah. Dad's like, I would be the new sheriff in town. This wouldn't be happening on my watch. So not only did he cross over and then mom got sick, but then it's like your whole family, it almost makes me feel like dissipated. So I'm so sorry that happened to you. And when this happens, a soul family shows up and then they have your back. So you are definitely not alone. And sweetheart, we have you here too. So lean on us. I know you are mostly like want to be the helper and everything, but when you said you needed a reading, I was like, she does so much for us all the time. Let's be there for you. Okay. And I do want to have another Zoom party here in the next 3 months with my moderators, and so you guys can meet one another and really connect, because I don't think there's a coincidence that I have the moderators that I do and that you and Kim are the main ones. So I feel like you understand, like you're drawn to each other. But he is saying, makes me feel like when your mom does pass, because she is on a decline, and you have better days than not, but she's declining rapidly now. Say that again. When the money is there at the end, don't let the brothers try to talk you out of it, because they haven't lifted a finger to help. But I feel like she passes and then they're like, is there any money left over? So it's a gross feeling, and your dad is making me feel his disappointment in them. But you were the one that's helping, and he does say that good karma is coming your way, okay? And I am pulling back, just so you know. He blows you kisses and he goes like this. So I always say, look for heart-shaped things in the sky. Look for heart-shaped things, because he's literally going like this, which means like he has so much love for you and admiration that I just don't even, I don't even know how to describe that, okay? And ask for help. Kim and I are here. We've been through some things like that too, baby girl, and we just want to be here for you. And everybody on here, when you're on, Jen, they love you. Kim and Jen, I get people literally emailing me saying, you have the best moderators. They're really polite. I love them. Like, we're in this. I just keep hearing, we are family. I got Jenny, Kimmy, and me. Love you, Jenny. I'm so glad I was able to do that for you. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I know someone donated for a reading, and I wanted to make sure I do one more. I think I could probably do the other two tomorrow night when I come on. Hi, I'm Story. Can you please do a reading for me? I'm hesitant to jump out because when I come back, it freezes. But I did have two people. Marissa, yes, Marissa. So I'm going to do Marissa's reading. And for the other people who paid, thank you so much. I'm going to be doing your reading. I'll message you through the form of your payment, and then I'll set up your reading if that makes any sense. Okay. So I'm going to be doing Marissa's reading, and then at the end of that, I'm just going to pull a few more cards for people. And then I have a phone reading I have to go get ready for. So Marissa, thank you so much for being here. Marissa's the only one who should be speaking. Thank you guys for being patient. I will try to come more on TikTok. The next time I'll go live, tomorrow I have readings back to back to back. Unless I have a surge of energy, I probably won't be coming on tomorrow. But Tuesday around 4 p.m. Pacific Coast time, I'll be on again. Okay, Marissa, thank you for being here. And the way that I like to work these readings, is to see who you want to hear from today, sweetie. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know their relationship to you. Whew. Marissa, Marissa, Marissa. What an honor to give you a reading. You have such a big heart. Your friend and father. Okay. So Marissa's the only one who should be commenting right now, you guys, so I can do the reading. Hold on one second. You said you wanted to hear, so you want to hear from two people. Marissa, is your friend a female? The friend that you want to hear from, is that a female? I keep hearing they're saying that you guys were more, yes, because she makes me feel like you were more like a sister. And I don't know why. I feel like, did she pass away from a head injury or in a car accident or something? My head is throbbing. So whenever I have this, yes. Whenever I have this, yes, she did. Okay. Okay. Yes. And then no. Okay. With my head throbbing like this, it's like lack of oxygen, accident, but it's just throbbing. Did you guys go to school together? Why do I just keep seeing? Okay, so they'll show me things about myself that will relate to you. I met my best friend Heidi when I was in college. So I feel like there's something like that with you guys. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Oh my God, yes. Okay. I did have a friend pass from a car accident. Yes. Now, so thank you. Because as much as we want, sweetie, you're too young to have so many people pass away. I'm so sorry. And her name is Julie. Thank you. Because I was like, Julie and Heidi, why are they showing me that? Okay. Thank you. Yep. Oh, sweetheart. You are trying your best to like go forward. Why am I calling you Malibu Barbie? I'm trying to give you this reading and they're like, she's like Malibu Barbie. Did anybody say ever that you look like Malibu Barbie? Do you live in Malibu? Like, I don't know why they're saying this. Does that make sense to you? You need to call her Malibu Barbie. I'm like, okay. Okay, just know I'm seeing that. I don't understand why they just said it. So there's something about where if they considered you the like good looking friend. I literally saw somebody in a Jeep and it reminded me of like Malibu Barbie drives a Jeep. That's okay. Just put it to the side. If out of all of them, if they're like, she was our pretty friend and we just like, yeah. And is there like an Alyssa or Alicia? It's like Alyssa, Alicia. I wanted to say like that. Okay. So hold on one second because there's a lot going on here. Hold on. Too much. No, not Melissa, like Alyssa. It's like A-L. Alyssa, Alicia. There's like a name like that. Alicia. Can be Lisa too, but it's like that. That's okay. If you're saying no, Melissa, or no, it wasn't Ashley or Alyssa, it was Melissa, then I would go for that too. Please don't talk while I'm doing Marissa's reading, you guys, but thank you for being here. Yes, it can be Allison too. I just keep seeing something like that. Hold on one second. Hold on. Lisa was the friend from high school that we both had. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. So we've got Julie, car accident. She's confirming that. And then we have Lisa, the other one. Okay. Who's Tom? Like Tom, Thomas, Tom, Tommy, T-O-M. Just like that. Okay, hold on one second. 2 minutes. This is... Yes, Lisa's still living. Yeah, it's thank you. They're just confirming the people that are on the other side or the people that are around you, okay? And Tommy was a friend in high school, still living. Perfect. And I love that they're like Tommy, Thomas, and they're like, we would never call him Thomas. Say Tommy. So perfect. This, you're saying like, you guys are like the Breakfast Club. So you, oh, I love this. Hold on one second. There's something special about you, Marissa, because you could have been popular and snotty because you're just like, so many people love you. Yeah, no, Tommy. Oh my God, yes, but not Thomas. Yeah, because he's not like that. Hold on one second. But you weren't. You were always kind to other people. You have a gift in like bringing in the people that are not fitting in. It's like you're drawn to people, the land of the misfit toys. It's like, okay, Breakfast Club, meaning like they all got along, but they were like misfits. Like you wouldn't look at you guys and think like, especially with Tommy, do you understand? Like you wouldn't think you adopted him. Julie just said you guys adopted Tommy. Was he like your token guy? Like you adopted him. That's how she made me feel. But one thing I have to say, she's thanking you for being her friend. She's showing me, I can't understand what she's talking about. It looked like a t-shirt. I don't know if you guys made t-shirts about her. Yes, I was a little of an outcast, mostly punk rock. Tommy was the hot one too though. Okay, yeah. I keep seeing a t-shirt and she was talking about a band. So I don't know if you guys were in a band or if you made a t-shirt of her when she passed. This is not making sense to me. Does that make sense to you? Do you have her t-shirt? Like, I'm like, what are you showing me, sweetie? Melissa has a t-shirt. Yes, with a memory, but not Julie. Okay, thank you. Melissa has a t-shirt with her memory, but not Julie. Okay, so that's Alyssa, and then you say Melissa. That's it. I just wasn't hearing it right. So we have Julie and Melissa and Melissa, not Alyssa. And she's showing me the t-shirt that was done in her memory. Love it. Okay. Beautiful friends, by the way. She's just like, we were like the Charlie's Angels, but we just didn't have that, like that confidence of it. Do you know what I mean? I just keep seeing like that. Hold on one second. Hold on. Why am I seeing, do you live in California down by PCH? I keep feeling like I'm driving somewhere. Yeah, okay, with the Charlie's Angels reference. And then there's a coast and then there's water. I keep seeing that. So I don't know if you live by the beach or why I'm seeing this, but in California they have PCH where it's a highway and then there's land on the left side and then there's water on the right side. Well, depending on which way you're going. But you live near a lake. Okay, I keep seeing that. So I don't know if that's your favorite place to drive. If you have to be by the water, if that's where you go often, if that's like your place. And they tell me that you're a writer. I just keep seeing that. So keep your journals, write to them as often as you can. They hear you. Do you know what I mean? Say it again. Sheryl Crow. Do you know that song by Sheryl Crow? I'm gonna soak up the sun. Da, da, da. Yes, I like walking by the lake is my place and I write. Yep. They said you've got to collectively believe in yourself. You could be like the next Stephanie Myers for Twilight. Like you could be that. I just keep hearing that over and over again. And they're trying to help you have confidence. Yes, you're struggling right now. Of course, sweetie, you've lost that's too many people to lose at such a young age. Do you know what I mean? It's too much. I just keep hearing that. I'm trying to pull in your dad, but he just kept showing me a doctor. I was asking him if he could show me something else. Was your dad a doctor or something? I saw your dad, and then I felt like brain surgeon. I'm like, what are you trying to show me? Personal changes. Yes, so overwhelming. And you're already an old soul anyway? No, he was a soldier. Okay. I don't know why I kept seeing a doctor with scrubs, and I kept hearing brain surgery. So I don't know if this is one of the girls who they tried to help her if there was a surgery and then she didn't make it. Okay, hold on one second. With your dad. Hold on one second. Is your dad really good looking? The reason why is he keeps, whenever I ask him to come forward and to show me something, he makes me feel like he's showing me, show me again, like Kevin Costner from Field of Dreams. Julie probably, lots of head injury. Okay, that's just your dad's way of trying to say, she didn't die right there, that they tried to work on her. That's the way that they're making me feel. Okay? Yes, Clark Gable, like so good looking, right? But like humble about it. Do you know what I mean? Like he's like, gee, thanks. Like I don't get that like air of cockiness around him, if that makes any sense. I just don't see that. And has your dad already been gone like 7 years? Has it already been like 7 for your dad? Or do you guys have 7 kids in your family? Yeah. And sweetheart, I can see why you're at the place in your life where you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do for a living. Oh, okay. He passed away before you were born. Okay. There's a number 7 around him. So I don't know if you guys had 7 people in your family. No, not 7 kids, but like mom, dad, 5 kids. Or if your dad passed away, and when is that? June? July is the 7th month, right? There's something 7. Your birthday 7/7. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, Dad. Like he's like, hello, hello. He's trying to come through with it. Yeah. I can tell you, I'm so glad you're getting this reading today, not only so you can hear your family, your dad, your friends are like your sisters, especially, I don't know if you and Julie were more like sisters, but when she's coming through, she goes, Melissa, are you more closer to Melissa? She said, we were actually more like sisters. So if you ever get a reading and someone's like, I have your sister here, and you're like, my sister's not crossed over. She is though. Do you know what I mean? I just keep seeing that. Melissa? Okay. And there's something, she's my girl. That's what I was like, it's Julie. And she goes, no, it's Melissa. I was like, okay. She's not quiet. Do you know what I mean? Melissa's not like, what was that? She's all, I said, she's like loud. So I hear it. But she does say that you're not alone and that you're the one over here, that they're helping from the other side. No, she's not quiet. She's not quiet. And you were always like the mediator, like guys, like that was always you. You're the glue that helped your family, well, your friends stay together, because they wouldn't have been able to operate without you. Yeah, that's how I can keep feeling like that too. I'm supposed to talk about candy necklaces. I haven't seen these for the longest time. What do they say regarding love, career, any insight? Hold on, there's a candy necklace reference. Or like Pez. I can't tell the difference. But this would be like someone had one of those, or that we always ate those. I can't tell the difference. Is it candy necklace, like we used to get those from the ice cream truck or the special candy store, or if it's the Pez candy, but I'm telling you, I'm tasting it in my mouth. Okay, so going back to you. There's something with candy necklaces, haha, maybe Julie High School. Okay, write it down. I would say write it down. There's going to be like, no, she wore one of those. Do you know what I mean? It would be like significant. Your path is not something that's laid out for you. You are not a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 kind of person. You're just not. You're too smart. You're too creative for that. Honestly, sweetie, if I were you, I would write until my fingers got tired, because I feel like you're one of these people who could write the next novel, like the next big thing. Do you know what I mean? So I would say, like, Little Nas had that video where he was like, be delusional, but it was off of some other TikToker. Like right now, just be delusional. Because, and Julie says, she's the chosen one. She is the chosen one. So that's why if you're feeling stuck, or you're like, I don't know where I'm going right now, but in my dream of dreams, I would love to be a writer. Yeah, I'm a teacher. Yes, recalculating this move for the summer. I have opportunities. Yes. Yeah. No matter what you do, you're going to be doing something for a living, and then you're going to create something on the other side, because this is why your mind races. Do you know what I mean? You're just too creative and too smart to work for a system, if that makes any sense. Okay. So I hope this brought you some peace today. And I keep seeing a heart. I don't know if you have a tattoo like right here of one of your friends, but I feel like I'm touching this part. God, yes, I can. Yeah, you can't race your mind. Yeah. I keep seeing this part of my wrist. Makes me feel like someone has a tattoo. Like right here, you have someone's bracelet, but it feels like a tattoo to me. Okay? So just know this is how they come through, and they're pulling through. There's something here. I don't know if you have bracelets or why I'm seeing that, or if one of them had a tattoo. I'm telling you, just write it down. I feel like I'm rubbing there. Yeah. Follow your heart with your career, and love will take care of itself. But they're saying, make sure that you don't, say it again. Make sure that you don't, hold on, have anybody to babysit. You're no more fixer-uppers, Melissa says. No more fixer-uppers. Like, they should come as they come, and they had a rough childhood, but they should already be healing through that. She said, no more fixer-uppers. Okay. Thank you. Yes, and see, there's double messages. Sometimes you'll say, like, I have a tattoo on my wrist. Yes, perfect. This makes sense. Okay. Thank you, Marissa, for being so patient. And I realize some of you had paid. I'm going to get going to do a phone reading, and I will reach out to you to the form of payment. Thank you so much. Always thank you to my moderators. You guys are amazing. Jenny, you're welcome. Marissa, Jenny, and Kim, please follow them. They're such sweethearts. They volunteer their time, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And if I can be so bold as to ask for Kim to pray for her little puppy. He's not feeling well right now, so we're just trying to send him some puppy love, so please do that. Hopefully these are recorded. I'll put it over on my YouTube channel for the one I did last night and today. But just know that your loved ones, you're welcome, Kim, you're welcome, Jen, that your loved ones are always around you, that you don't need a medium to talk with your family, although it's nice to have that. I like that too. This reading that I did for everybody, this is their love for you and your love for them. I'm just the conduit. And once I leave, that love is always around you, and it's everlasting, okay? Thank you. Shelly, I am praying for you. Please reach out if you need anything. I lit a candle for you the other night. I just love and adore you and your family. You've got a lot of angels around you, sweetheart. Okay. Love you guys. Take care. I'll be on Tuesday around 4 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Okay, you guys? Thank you so much for being here. You're beautiful too, Shelly.